Good morning and welcome to my workshop. Right, welcome to the workshop. If you've not here before, I'm Jamie, the Worcestershire cabinet maker. This is my workshop. There's quite a bit going on, a lot of tidying up to do today. I make and teach people to make beautiful pieces. Now look at this, and people come to my workshop and they make nice pieces, and I restore pieces and make pieces and save pieces. And right, let's see what we're going to do today. Well, you don't want to watch me cutting wood up and all sorts, but you know these boxes I've cut about, there was a pile there, wasn't there? Those have all gone, they've been cut up and they're damaged, and they never get used again. They get delivered and they never get used again. Some of them have got some really quite strange things going on, breakages and twists and turns. Some of them I'm keeping for a future project. So like, share, subscribe, but follow me, subscribe, because these are going to be something pretty amazing. And I'm not going to give you a clue. Anyhow, let me show you some other stuff. I've tidied the bench off a bit, and I've managed to make up one, two, three. I've made 4 boxes that I can take home, plus those there. Nearly 5.5 boxes of firewood. I've got to cut some more up. And I pull all the nails out and the bent bits of wire. Pull most of them out. So the place feels a bit tidier, which is good. I want to get on with that shelf now. That's the idea. And if you can see, I've had my lights off. I've had the door locked. And I've been able to focus on things. I've had a bit of Bowie on. And a pallet that was knackered. That's been cut up. And I'm probably going to use that for something to do with the shed. So again, shed stuff, yeah, follow me, you'll like that one. That's going to be very good. So I'm going to do that in a minute, show you what's wrong with that. Let's get on with that. This was one piece of wood. It was a bit of 3x2, and I've cut it in half. And the problem with it, if you look up there, there you go. Can you see that? Look at all the twist in that. So the idea is it's going to be a shelf in the shed. It's going to go like that, and the wall is going to be here, and I'll be able to put things on top, hang things on the back, and hang things under there as well. So there's 3 different things. Boxes go on here. These will be wine boxes most likely. They'll sit on top of there, or other things, and there'll be gaps between them to put other things on, as I say. And I'll hang from here. Might even be jam jars and things that I can just hang from there, because I've got a few jars that I might use. And then on here I will do other sorts of hanging where I can hang flush on it. But rather than screwing these together, because they're a bit of a mess, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these and try and cramp them, and glue them and cramp them so that and try and straighten them up in that. So let me make a start on that. I'll put you on here and you can see what I'm doing. And here we go. This took, I'm going to tell you, I filmed this for 9.5 minutes. This is how long it took to do this, but I've sped it up 6 times the speed. As you can see, I've got some sash cramps. The sash cramps are going to glue these 2 pieces together. And I'm just setting it all up, choosing the right edge, getting the right square edge against the other square edge on the 2 pieces. Bit of Type Bond 3, which is a brilliant glue. Up and down, make sure I've got plenty of glue on there. And this is the thing, little spacers to stop the sash cramps damaging the shelf. And I started with that first one on the bench, and then I moved across to the other sash cramp, the other end, and then I'm infilling, cramping them up between those. Again, making sure that I don't damage the wood with the sash cramps. There's little wooden packers. And then I grab some G cramps. This end needs cramping up. Hanging off the bench doesn't really help. And then I again use these little packers just to hold it all in place. And this one now, going up and down, that's to make sure it's lined up underneath. And then I can tighten the sash cramps up fully and just make sure I'm happy that it's all in exactly the right place. So I might loosen the sash cramp and then tighten it up. But at this point, it's all going really well and looking good. All the cramps are on. So I'm happy. Right, that took about 10 minutes. And as you can see, I've straightened it up. Now, using the cramps as I've done, that helps take the twist out of it. By cramping it and using the sash cramps, so that the sash cramps are sitting as flat as they can on the bench, it's getting rid of half the twist. I think the other half of the twist I'll get when I put 2 screws in each bearer in the shed wall, and there'll be an upper one and a lower, and I'll do the furthest 2 first. So if this corner's out, I'll show you that when I get to it. But anyhow, all I've got to do now is clean the glue off here, and that's it. That's done for today. That can dry off. I might trim this down, I might trim that down, I don't know yet. But for now, I'm glad I've got it done. I'm happy it's done, and I can get on with a bit in the shed. Just want to show you, I've even enlisted the help of one of my jigs. This is a jig that finds the angles of legs that I made. It's a great little jig, but it also rises and falls. So I'm going to be bringing that so that it comes up underneath there and takes the twist out of this one as well. I'll do something with the other end as well so that that's done. Right, done. That's fixed at that height. What was happening over here was this end was coming up, twisting up. G-cramped it to a bench. Another good reason why I feel that benches should have an overhang on both ends and on the back like that one, because I think this is important. You've got, by having an overhang on the back of the bench, you've got plenty to cramp to. So look at it over there, that one overhangs, this one doesn't. This one is a big mistake on this bench. I've got this little bit I can overhang, but that's so deep that when you start cramping it, I have to use sash cramps. Anyhow, that's done. I'll come back to this tomorrow. It looks really good down there. There's hardly any twist now. Looks worse on the camera. There's hardly any twist now. Clean that glue off. And one of the things I've done here, by fixing it to the bench and just keeping it sort of straight to the bench, I'm taking a lot of the twist out of it, but I'm not taking all the twist out of it. What I do sometimes on some things is I exaggerate the twist the opposite way. So if I'd have put some packers under one side, where on the touch points, when it's lying there on the touch points off the bench, if I'd have put, say, 6, maybe 9mm packers under each of those corners, and then glued it up and then clamped the opposite corners down so it goes past where it would be flat, but the opposite twist, that can sometimes save it. And I do it on other jobs. The reason I've not done it to this job is because this is going in the shed. I'm not too worried about it. The timber's thin enough to bend, and the 5 uprights, I think I've got 5 uprights in the, yeah, I've got 5 uprights in the shed. Because those are spread across the shed, it'll straighten it up, and it'll also put a bit of tension on it, which I'm happy to have a bit of tension on as well. Right, let's get on to the next thing. Here we go. Right, what I want to do now is I just want to flip back to November last year. I've got 2 minutes worth of video that I've kept on my phone because I just thought, I don't want to lose this. You're slightly twisted, Petal. There you go. I don't want to get rid of this because this is quite important. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this clip, and the reason for that is because it's wood. It's come straight from, it's been felled. I want you to see the wood. I want you to see how I get it, see what a couple of bits that I do with it, chat about it for a minute. Then after that, which is in 2 or 3 minutes time, we're going to come back up to date now to last week, and we're going to look at some of the guys' furniture that they're doing on the evening classes. So we'll look at what they're doing. Stick with me, and I've got something else special there to show you. And I've got this, which will be in the next video. This is one of those director chair things. You'll like this because it's going in the shed, and I've found a brilliant way of storing it. So keep watching, keep subscribing. We're back in a sec. Welcome back to the workshop. It's been a busy morning, Monday morning, getting on with things, and then I get a phone call. And the call was one of my guys, one of my evening class guys, holly tree. Holly tree's been cut down very close to where he lives. Would you like some timber? Blimey. So yeah, he's bought this little lot, which is great, and there might be more, but I mean, look at this. It can't stay here. but that curve of that one is gorgeous. So I'm going to have to sort that out, but I can't do it now because I'm getting on with this thing. So this was a 6 foot tall cupboard that I've chopped in half. Well, not quite in half, but a little bit in half. This is part of it, and the other piece I will get to get in the workshop. So this has got a new bottom on it, and basically I've just put a timber moulding on there, bit of quadrant there, put a bit of shape in that to make it look like it's intentionally supposed to be this short cupboard. That's going in a bathroom, and the other one's going somewhere else, which is nice. But as you know, I'm a woodworker, and I make all sorts of wooden things, and I make briquettes. And my thing on YouTube seems to be that I'm a briquette maker and not a woodworker. But let me tell you this. Without my woodworking, there wouldn't be any briquettes. And the last video I did on briquettes was all about these, which are making the briquettes in tubs, which is great. Anyhow, what am I going to get on with this week? Well, I'm going to go and deliver that now and see if I can see if this fits in the space it's meant to be fitted in. If that fits, that's great. If it doesn't, it might have to come back, and I'm thinking I might have to chop round the back here for skirting board. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, thanks for joining me. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all the other stuff that I love you to do, because it makes all the difference. And if you think I'm happy lately, some of my guys have said, Jamie, what's happened to you? Happy? I will tell you in a few weeks' time, maybe a few months' time. Happiness is on its way. Extreme happiness is on its way. So I'll let you know then. But for the meantime, you just get this occasionally. So yeah, getting on with this. And what else have I got to do? I don't know. I'll get back to you in a bit. Well, that works all right. It needs a coat of paint. And this works all right. Yeah, it doesn't look bad, does it? Looks finished. All right, that one's done. And this was the bottom part, which I've got to put a new top on. So that's ready to go. So one big tall cupboard into two small ones. So that's pretty cool. Good morning, and it's freezing. It's freezing out there. The snow hasn't gone yet. We've still got snow. And I'm in the workshop. I'm going to show you a couple of bits I've got that have come in, which are great. I really don't like that picture of me up there. It was a project, a university project, and the girl that took it came here for a day. Sara, I think it was Sara. Came here for a day and was taking pictures, and that helped her get a degree. So she gave it back to me, and I just feel I shouldn't just dismiss it, because she did really well with that, and she had a good day here, and she took loads of photos. Anyhow, let me show you this. Might have mentioned it in a previous video, but one of the guys had brought some holly along, so I had to play with that last night, and holly is blooming gorgeous. This is a holly log. I've stripped the bark off that bit. It's on the floor, and I've taken the ends off. The idea is that out of this, the pith is really low. The pith's all down here. I took that side off, which is pretty much the centre of the, which was this bit, which is through the pith there. So I don't know why it was growing like that, but it's been growing all out the one side. And out of that one side, I decided that I can, here we go. And it's wet. I've just cut it, so it's really, really wet. St Philip's Kinver, November 24, so right on it what it is. There again, so I won't forget. And this is going to make 2 saw handles out of holly. So I can get one out of there, one out of there. And as you can see, I've just gone roughly around them. But what I have done is I've gone very thick around them, very wide. So let me just check this. So that is 23.5 mil. And I've actually gone here just under 33mm, so that's 10mm wider. All of this, I've got to show you this, all of this is done with the annual rings going this way, so it's quarter sawn. So if it does any moving, it'll be that way, not any other ways. But allowing an extra 10mm there means I can fine tune once it's dried and done any movement. I can fine tune exactly how I get, there you go, there's the pith. Here are the annual rings. So I can fine tune exactly how I get that out of the piece, because as I say, it's 10mm thicker than it needs to be. But now I'm going to put that back in there, and I'm going to put it in a plastic bag. So in here I've got a load of shavings. In the bottom I will put more shavings in it. I will then put these inside there with the end pieces as they come out of the log, so that can go back on there, that can go back on there, shavings all around it, come back in 2 or 3 years time. Right, there you go, I've taped it up, Holly November 24, so that's done. It can move a bit, it can move in around however it wants to move. It's going to dry slowly. I'll come back to this in probably a few months, see how it's doing. Let's get it in that bag. This oak piece is a copy of a pattern at Harvington Hall where Andrew does some volunteering, and he's copied the pattern, and it's a great pattern. The sort of repeat, and it would come up here, and that would go under there to the next circle, and that would go down there and mitre off to the next square. So it goes circle, square, circle, square. And we did some burning, and we've done some pigments on here. This is going to be waxed and polished this week, and his face when we were doing it, he was sort of, I don't think he was happy with what we were doing, but I'm telling you, that is going to look amazing. Sometimes you have to go backwards, it feels like you're going backwards. This is going to look stunning when it's finished, so I'm pleased with that. Right, so bang up to date, we're back on one of Matt's stools. This one has used mahogany from an old timber frame for the legs, and he's got a bit of old kitchen worktop which is used for the seat. So we had a chat about it, and the thing to do here I felt was definitely go for this dark colour, go for Scorching. Scorch it so that it not only finishes the wood off, but it protects the wood, but also it takes some of that brown away. Sometimes brown can not look particularly good, and this isn't an interesting timber. So what he's doing here is just scorching over it all. It's a great arrangement of legs and stretches on this stool, and it's coming together. We'll see more of this in a sec, but it's looking good, isn't it? You can do whatever you want. Well, you want me out the way, so you don't set
I just want to send you along.
So you're not setting fire to me.
Enjoying that journey.
Does.
So matte, but then shiny in places.
Yes, it's a silvery black, isn't it? Warm,
Little warm.
look at that, so silvery blue. It's like blue on a rifle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not quite charred on this one. No. Yep. Okay. Around the back of this bit. But on this edge it'll get worn off, won't it? Ooh, nice. Looks really good. Looks really good. Oh, the contrast, look at the seat, look at that. Contrast is wonderful. Let me show you where we're up to. First of all, the workshop here is tidied up a bit. I've put one of the benches on top of the other. So I've got the old Shelving one at the bottom, and I've got this one that I should be working on, but I've got customers' work to do first. There. This timber now, which I think I've already said in this video, I'm going to be making boxes with it. There'll be a jig. It'll be interesting, it'll be good use of this timber. So I've separated all this into over 3.85 mil and under 3.85 mil. It's pretty even, there's plenty under, which is good. I've also tidied some off on the shelves there. I've tidied some around the back there. I've taken a couple of boxes from off there to create all of this wood you're seeing. I've tidied down there and got rid of a lot of wood from there, which is again in these boxes or firewood. The table saw is now clear. The only thing I've got to do now is find a home for these, which I think will be the glass cabinet there. That carver's bench still needs to go, so if you know anybody who wants a carver's bench. I've made 5 briquettes today. In between editing, I've managed to make another 5 briquettes. That bucket's nearly empty. I need that because I've got lots of shavings and 13 kilos of coffee there that needs to go in there. And I need to start getting rid of some of these. I'll do a video on briquettes very soon because it's that time of year. And these things have dried so fast this year, which is great. So next video will probably be on briquettes. But in amongst all of that, I will be sorting the director's chair out. I will be getting on with box, which I think might be a separate video on its own later, but I think you guys stick with me. We'll do it in bits and bobs. This is done. I've taken it home and I've actually marked where the timbers are. So now I've got more information on there. Before I do anything now, I'm going to cramp that up just a little bit back in twist, just to help that along. All I can say is thanks for watching. You've been brilliant, and like, share, subscribe, buy me a coffee is great. The guys who do super thanks, I thank you. I've got someone who pays regularly who I really appreciate, that person. So thank you very much. It all helps. And that news, which I told you a few months ago, is there's some good news coming very soon. So thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye.